Hi Sagittarius, it's Michelle from The Guided Intuitive. How are you? So I'm here to do a read for you for December 16th through the 31st, 2018. Now this will be for you, Sagittarius, and the other person, okay? Now this could be a love relationship, it could be a friendship, it doesn't have to be romantic, just keep that in mind. But it could be a spouse, it could be a significant other, it could be a person of interest, or even a family member. But what I'm going to do is, what probably has brought you to my channel is maybe as it pertains to someone. But what I'm going to do is put out a read, and this will help. It'll be a bi-weekly read, and that'll put the last 2 weeks of December. I already had done the first few weeks of December already, the 1st through the 15th. So this will be the 16th through the 31st. So this will be for all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, as well as your Venus. If you're not sure what those signs are, check the description box below. There is a link that you can plug in all your data that will actually pop out your whole astrological chart, okay? So do note that. If you're not sure of your birth time, plug in 12 noon, okay? So that will get you started, okay? There we have it. Please be sure to like, subscribe, note your comments below. I so appreciate that. And please note that this is a general read. It may not be for everyone. We read for lots of people, so just note that. Energies do transcend, so what others may appear to, what might appear to be going on now might appear a little bit later, or might be someone's past. So you just never ever know. But do check out your other Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I do have the general monthly reads up for the month of December that I'll note in the description box below too, okay? So if you'd like a personal read, go to theguidedintuitive.com. If there is an appointment time on my schedule, that means I'm available. So there you have it. I'm limited through the holidays, but that will give you a good idea. If it's available, it's there. And then also do note, we do have our new store. So note, please see the description box below, and we'd love to have you check it out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, Sagittarius. I'm going to pull a few cards on you, pull a few cards on the other, and then actually pull what each of you wants to say to each other, and then a card to unify that both. To unify both of those, communications to each other. So there you have it. All right, so let's start off with you. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles means that there's a new opportunity as it relates to love for you. Okay, Sagittarius, so that's what this is talking about. Now, this could be blessed by the universe that's coming through, but it's a new beginning. And it could be with a current relationship. It could be with a brand new relationship. It could be with just, whatever situation is at hand that you've had with another, where that you are emotionally tied into it. It could be just a new beginning of how to communicate together with each other as it relates to love. So this I love to see. Now it could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. That's the type of energy that I'm seeing here. Focus more on the energy than the sign. I just note the signs because some of you like to hear that, but just please note that it's more about the energy itself. So I do want to point that out, but more about wealth. The Pentacles are talking about whatever you feel to be of value to you, there's an opportunity coming. And since this is more or less you and the other person, I'm thinking it's going to be an opportunity with the other person, or with someone new, or a brand new relationship of some sort, okay? Or a new way of relating in a current relationship, it could be too. All right, so the next card that we get is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the Wands are talking about an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, and that's about passion, desires, creativity, energy, and even ideas. So you might be delivering a message to someone, or someone's delivering a message to you, or you're just real focused on moving forward and finding that relationship that you want, or to get that desired outcome that you want in love. And that's what this is talking about. So that's beautiful. I love to see this. A lot of full of passion. The only thing to keep in mind is to stop for a moment and make sure that you've got a plan and you know what it is that you're looking for in love. Okay, that's going to help weed out anything that maybe is going to put you down a different path that you're not looking towards. Okay, so or attract someone that you're not looking to attract. And this will get you closer to your dreams. So that's what this is saying. So you're full of just passion. Again, you might be delivering a message to someone, or someone might be delivering a message to you, and it's more of the Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius type energy, which is your energy. So I think it's more of you just feeling very passionate in terms of this love situation, this new opportunity in love. So what else can we get for you? Okay. Interesting. So we've got the Hermit. So this is talking about going within, right? Shedding some light on the insides and finding out what is really resonating with you relating to love. Okay. So this could be, finding a solution as it pertains to a relationship, really focusing on how it makes you feel. And if this is something that you'd like to continue, if you want to up level it, if you want to, what it is that you're really shooting for. So I like to see this because we just talked about here is that it's very, very passionate, but sometimes so passionate they don't have a plan. This has you going within. And I like this because this is actually letting you think a little bit on what it is that you really, really want for a moment. So maybe you start out galloping and this is saying, whoop, hold the horses here. We're going to go within a little bit and shed some light on what it is that you really, really want. Okay. So note your comments below if that resonates, Sagittarius. Okay. All right. And so what we're going to get next is, ooh, yep. Beautiful. Along the same lines, you're looking long term. You know that there's going to be some obstacles. There's some mountains in the background. There might be some obstacles, but that's okay because you can handle it. You feel very confident. You've seen results in with the buds that are fruiting on the wands, and you know that that there is success for you, and that the world is open to you in terms of a new relationship, or to go that next level, whatever that means to you. Note your comments below, okay? But that's what this is saying. And this is more of like the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So very passionate and moving forward, very creative and full of ideas, and destined to make that happen, as it relates to that. Now, what other card that can we get? Ooh, nice. Emotional fulfillment. This is about a celebration. So this is about a Three of Cups, right? Three of Cups about creativity. It could be also, third party, but the vibe I'm really getting for you, Sagittarius, is not so much that. It's like I'm giving that you're spending some time with family and friends, and you're really celebrating the fruits of your labor. It's something that's making you feel emotionally really well, really great, I should say. And that's what this is talking about. So perhaps you're networking, perhaps that you happen to meet someone within the crowd that actually emotionally makes you feel wonderful, or you're celebrating and maybe spending some time with someone or a group of people that emotionally makes you feel wonderful. And so that's what this is talking about. Now, sometimes it could be a third party situation. But this is about joy, and this is about moving forward. And what I think that is, after going within and, kind of looking long term, I think you're able to really move the wheel of fortune in your favor. And so this is the card that you get next. And this is quite beautiful. It has that Leo energy in it too. It has that Capricorn energy in it as well. It's quite beautiful, and it moves you forward. It's really focusing on what there's changes that are being made, and it's a new cycle, like a new beginning. So perhaps you're at a new beginning at this particular time in a relationship, or a new beginning for yourself in terms of what you're looking for in a relationship. So note your comments below. Now, the other person's got some sort of new start. Okay, the sun's shining on this person in terms of a new start, a new beginning, feeling very free and very high-spirited and open to adventure and that type of thing. So the sun is shining on this, and this person is feeling really beautiful in terms of this new beginning that they have after they've had a period of justice where perhaps now that they feel that they got their justice, and now they're able to move forward with this new opportunity on life and what they're looking for in a relationship. But they got the justice that they needed in terms of the process, because there was a balancing of scales. Okay, you've got the balancing of scales in this. In this card, there is, the scales on one side, and then there's also a sword in the other. And the sword is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So it's quite beautiful. It's that type of energy, so to speak. But there is a balancing of scales. But if nothing is going to serve this person in terms of balancing, that justice is going to cut it out. Okay, so that's what the card is saying. So interesting. Now, this other person has a lot of choices in love, okay? It's just about they're having to choose the right one as it pertains to love. That's the key, okay? Because there's looks like there's 7 cups here. So 7 cups here, and not all of them are fruitful. So So they have to be careful in terms of going within and making sure that the one that they're looking for is the one that they want, is the one that they're actually going to end up choosing. So lots of choices. The world is their oyster, after, in a state of confusion. I almost think that they've got a pretty good idea in terms of what direction that they want to go into. And if not, they need to definitely take the time. So I would be surprised if some sort of a going within card came within that next. Oh, okay. So this card that comes up next that we have is the Seven of Wands. So more, it's the wand energy. So it's, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could be a fellow sign as well, Sagittarius. But what they're doing is that they have a lot of competition, but they're becoming the victor. So whether it is for your love or in terms of what they're trying to gain in terms of a relationship, in terms of that they're competing for the opportunity, and they are in the higher ground, and they are somewhat the victor in order to reach their desires and passion that they want in love. Okay, and 7 is a real spiritual number, so it's quite beautiful, very, very beautiful. The next card that we get is the Ten of Swords. So interesting. So whatever it is of that competition and everything, what happens is that there is some sort of ending, okay? And the end of a cycle. How interesting. It's almost like end of a cycle and a new beginning, and it kind of works its way around. But this is interesting. I'm going to pull another card just to get an idea. So there is a definitely end of a cycle and a completion. Probably after this Justice card, right? And then the competition was fierce, and then, they got the Ten of Swords. Remember when I said I wouldn't be surprised if a card, well, I was going to say like the Hangman came out or something to that extent to involve, what they needed to go within. Here it is. So, I think that after the fact, they're forced to actually go within and to see a little bit more of what it is that they want in terms of their relationship. There was just too much competition, and it was too much of a struggle for them. And, the universe came in, stepped in and said, hey, we've got something better for you here, but it's the Hangman. And it does come to the Five of Pentacles, which is a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and feel kind of like they're kind of ousted out a little bit. But there is change. And that's quite interesting. There's a lot of change that happens right after that. But the Ten of Swords, yeah, they want equilibrium. They moved in next to the Six of Cups right out, Six of Pentacles after that. And the Six of Pentacles, just about equilibrium, right? Now, at times they could have been, they could be being helped out by someone in love, or someone might be helping, or they're helping others out. But I almost think it's like they're being helped out by someone who can help balance the scales and actually show them love. And that's how I see it coming through. But quite interesting, very interesting. Now, what I'd like to do is pull a card for each of you on what you want to say to each other. Because this is interesting. You got some Capricorn energy, and you've got some earth, and you've got some water energy. You also got some fire. There's a lot of signs in here. But it's almost as if this person has this new beginning, kind of coming through, and a balancing of scales. But they have to go within, I think that's it, and they want justice and they want balance. How interesting. So what is it that you, Sagittarius, want to say to this person of interest here? Interesting, huh? Okay. Here it is. It's hard admitting I might be wrong. Wow. How interesting. Wow. Well, this just basically says that, perhaps in a given situation, that primarily you've seen kind of the light in something, and there's nothing more to say, exactly what to do, and this is it. That's all it's saying. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. It's deeply appreciated by your partner. So interesting. What does this other person want to say to you? Wow. Interesting. Okay. What this other person wants to say to you, Sagittarius, is that all I'm feeling right now is your position. And I need you to come back so I can relate to you, not your position. Okay? Very interesting. So bringing it back to more of the emotions, I think that you want to turn your loved one into a confidant, right? And not as being an enemy. And so I think by this by stating this really helps. So that's quite beautiful. All I'm feeling right now is your position. I need you to come back so I can relate to you, not your position. Very beautiful. So what's going to help you in this process? What's going to help both of you in this process in terms of relating better and coming back together, balancing the scales and all that great stuff, and have this new beginning and a celebration that I see here. Wow. Interesting. Self-discipline. I keep getting this card time and time again. It's crazy. Wow. Okay, so self-discipline, it's a 41 card, which means a 5, which means change. So it's going to take some self-discipline along the way in terms of getting the success that you want in terms of a relationship. Sometimes it's not just coasting and going by. It does take a little bit of work, okay? It just does take a little bit of work. You got 2 people you're dealing with, right? So if it's not just one, you've got one person's way of doing things, the other person's way of doing things. You got to come together and compromise in terms of how to do things together as that third entity. Right? So self-discipline is going to be key. What else? Leadership. Okay, so taking things by the reins and moving forward, you know, when they see something, when you see an issue that might take place, so standing up and taking leadership. It's an 81 card, and 8 plus 1 is 9, so it's kind of like this ending that goes to a new beginning. So like as a 9, you can come into leadership as you take the next step into a 1, which is a 10. That reduces to a 1. So that's beautiful. So leadership and taking control of the situation is going to be wonderful. Remember when I talked about individuality? That takes 2 people and then you make a third entity. So it's just 1 and 1 next to each other, right? It's you and that other person. And what it's going to take is not to forget your individuality. You're both individuals, but you're also that third entity, right? That come together to make things happen for both of you, you know, emotionally, you know, in the process. Have patience. You know, it's a 2 card. Have patience with each other in terms of the process, okay? So I hope that this resonated with you in some way, shape, or form, Sagittarius. Note your comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year. And until then, namaste.